Alright, Infernal Blessings. We are back with another video. Before I begin, a couple quick announcements. First, let me put this announcement out there. So, I'm gonna do it sometime next month. It's gonna be a one-day workshop, class / seminar, and it's gonna be called Black Magic Essentials 101. It's just something that came to me as I was just sitting there contemplating, thinking. Something to really bring more detail of the essence of magic and working in magical practice, things of that nature. So this workshop, I'm going to aim to do this. I'm aiming for next month. I'll have a date within the next couple of days. I'm going to do it more than likely on a Saturday from noon to 4 p.m. We'll take a short break, 2 hours, short break, and then second set of 2 hours. I'm going to show more hands-on techniques, how to create rituals, how to work magic, fueling your intent correctly, making sure things are in alignment. A little more of a hands-on class, and talk about some things more in depth and detail into really sharpening and working in your magical practice to try. And the workshop will be geared towards really getting people to focus on getting those results that they need to really get in order for them to work this path effectively. All right, it's going to be called Black Magic Essentials 101. I'm going to charge $50 for the seminar. I'm going to charge $50, and it'll be 4 hours. Might be slightly longer with the break, give or take. We'll have a curriculum, and I think periodically throughout the year, maybe 4 times a year, I think I'm going to do these workshops, but focusing the difference between these workshops / classes, seminars, rather than it just be a class, it'll be specifically focusing on certain techniques, and we'll stay on that hard, because I feel like this will help, people grow in their magical practice. So look for that soon, Black Magic Essentials 101. You'll be able to sign up. We'll do it obviously via Zoom. You'll be able to sign up and register. You'll be able to pay, either PayPal, Cashapp. I'll have all that information put together soon, shortly. And I think that's what we're going to do. It just came. I just think it'll be a great idea. It'll be a great, effective method to enhance, really get magical practice flowing and going. All right, more to come on that very soon. Also, if you're interested in a spiritual reading or spiritual consultation, I offer various different readings: Clepothic demonic readings, Santa Muerte readings, Egyptian oracle readings, deity readings to see what spirits, gods, and goddesses walk with you, shadow work readings, which is always a great, as I've said many times before, a great place to start, and puts you in the right direction of what type of work you should be doing. It helps you focus more so on your needs first as opposed to your wants. Maybe you're interested in just a spiritual consultation. Spiritual consultation, just want to make that clear, it is not a reading. Okay, spiritual consultation is just what it sounds like, for a consultation. People use it to talk about specific things they want to discuss. A lot of people, as I said, use it. They come with a list of questions, and they use it as an hour session just to have a one-on-one dialogue with me. Some focus on specific areas in their life, etc. Any of the aforementioned, if you're interested, shoot me an email, khnum19@gmail.com, including your email, your full weekly availability on a weekly basis, and the time zone that you're in, okay? And I will set something up with you as soon as I can, all right? Also, if you want to sign up for classes, the way to sign up for classes is to go to the official Primordial Chaos Patreon page, located at patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. Tier 3, that's the tier you want to join. That's the tier you want to sign up for. Tier 3 will give you access to the 3 private classes I do every month on Patreon. In addition, it'll also give you access to the group ritual we do together at the end of the month. Also, keep in mind, when you join the Patreon page, it just doesn't give you access from the day you join moving forward. It gives you access to everything in the archives going 4+ years back. All right? I promise you, nobody is offering the content that I'm offering it for what I'm offering it. And again, I say that out of confidence, not arrogance. Okay, check it out. You can even go to the Patreon page, go to the collection section. It'll show you every ongoing class. I'm constantly adding new classes. There's a bunch of ongoing series going on right now. If you want to see all the classes that are offered, I'm covering so many topics on the occult. You have to go to the website, check it out, go to the page, and you will see most definitely, you know, all the different ongoing classes that's on there, okay? Also, if you are interested, I know people are emailing me about the Black Adept Conference. That is, again, set for October 31st to November 3rd. That's a four-day event, meet and greet on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. During the day, we have classes and workshops. In the evening, on Friday and Saturday night, group ritual followed by a group dinner. We get together afterwards and have some fun. And then I do a question and answer class from noon to 4 p.m. on Sunday. All right? So in the next couple of weeks, we're opening up full registration for that. Book your dates, book your flights, get it prepared. I know we already got some regulars returning. Hopefully we get to see some new faces. Always welcome. It's nice when we see some new people coming for the first time. It's a great experience. It's great. We get together for 4 days and we kick it. It's fun. It's fun, and plus we learn a lot. We get a lot out of it. All right, so we got a lot of good things planned. We're working on the itinerary. As we get closer to the event, more comes out on that. Again, guest speakers, presenters, just like we've done the past few years. If you need information on hotels, area, everything is convenient. It's in the heart of downtown, in the heart of Fort Lauderdale and downtown Hollywood, minutes from the airport. There's tons of hotels and Airbnbs, minutes from the area. We'll help you with that if you need assistance and need to be pointed in the correct direction. All right, and that's October 31st to November 3rd. Also, don't forget to check out all the social media pages. Sorry about that. Primordial Chaos 9, all one word, on Instagram. Primordial Chaos, 2 words, on Facebook. And the TikTok handle is primordialchaos3.com on TikTok. All right, that's the best way to keep up with all the events, latest happenings, and what we're doing. Just check out and support those social media pages. Also, don't forget to check out the Primordial Chaos podcast, available on Spotify and all major podcast platforms. The direct link to the podcast, my contact email address to book a reading or a consultation, the direct links to the social media pages, the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes. All that's in the description box of this video that you're watching right now. All right, so I want to talk about, because we're getting ready to do a ritual in a couple of days, the vortex and ascending to the throne of Lucifer. There's a concept that we use in left-hand path black magic, talking about the ascending to the throne of Lucifer, or the ascension to the throne of Lucifer. Now, there's a lot of work you might have come across in grimoires and books that deal with this, especially in the draconian magic system. It's something that is utilized. Now, I want to make this very clear. What makes the work we do unique, as we know, there's various different masks of the adversary, right? There's different manifestations or aspects of Lucifer alone. Now, how I correlate and like this too, because some people get confused with this. They don't really understand it. What do I mean by that? Okay, what I mean by that is, like, let me use Ifa / as we know it in this country, Santeria, right? When you look at the Orisha, right? The Orisha, each Orisha has multiple paths or manifestation. Now, especially if you know about Ifa or Santeria, or you've been, at one time you dabbled in it, or you're initiated in it, or etc., or you know about it, you'll find that each Orisha has multiple paths or manifestation or aspects. When they say a different path, each path represents a different manifestation of that Orisha. Well, it's the same. I want you to get that concept in your head. It's the same thing when it comes in reference to, say, Lucifer, for an example. Okay? There's many different manifestations of the mask of the adversary. Okay? He comes in many different forms. Now, people get a little bit confused with this, because sometimes through monotheism, we're programmed with this monotheistic concept of deity. But isn't there just one Lucifer? Like they try to teach you there's this one spook fairy tale god. Understand, we're talking about beings. We always use the term, as I said many times before, we're working with the energy. The energy. These are beings of light and energy, right? Some refer to them as etheric or ethereal beings, right? That their existence, you can't really try to put a time frame on them because it doesn't work. So they have incarnated many times over many amount of years in different forms. But each mask always represents a certain aspect of consciousness, right? You have a representation of Lord of Flies, right? Lord of the Air. There's an aspect of Lucifer from the Far East, which is more of a mystical, wise, elder aspect, right? Just giving you a few examples. There's different manifestations. Mephistopheles, I mean, the list goes on and on, right? But if you really understand the path and you're studying it, they all represent a certain aspect, okay? So that would be the manifestation of Lucifer in that form or aspect, or this one or that one, etc. You get my point, okay? So the ascension to the throne of Lucifer it represents understanding, or having a very good, thorough understanding of many of his aspects, right? Now, I keep saying this. There's also someone, I've done a video on this in the past. Is there a female aspect or manifestation of Lucifer? In certain systems, yes, because they connect Lucifer to the feminine energy, to the planet Venus and other astrological aspects. But you have to understand, these beings don't have what we are classifying or have to identify with. They're not exclusive to any gender, which that's opening a topic for a whole nother discussion. So this is why you will sometimes see female manifestations of Lucifer, right? Because don't get caught up in the physical gender of male, female. Know that they have the ability to incarnate on that level when they need be. Because sometimes we're trying to identify these entities, beings, gods, goddesses, and demons in a very limited mortal mindset, okay? And really, in essence, to really give you a whole grab, ascending to the throne of Lucifer, as I said before, the most unique thing about Lucifer than any other archetype, deity, god or goddess that's out there, is Lucifer embodies light and darkness. Okay, and I've said this many times before. See, people sometimes are guilty, even on the path of the occult, on the left-hand path, they get caught up in this dark gloom and doom, and everything is dark, and I'm so darkety dark, and all this other shit. Then you have others who get caught up in the fluffy light stuff, okay? The unique thing about what Lucifer represents, he is the archetype or entity that's connected to for the individual or the adept or the practitioner to create the right harmony of light and darkness that practitioner needs in their life, right? And that is what is unique, because that varies from individual to individual, okay? There's so many misinterpretations, misunderstandings, and spooky bullshit out there about Lucifer, because people that don't know shit or people who have an agenda have painted these pictures and have just made everything very biblical and religious and judgmental according to those religious beliefs, okay? I've found out, and this is just my opinion, I want to make that clear what I'm about to say. I have found out in my relationship that I've established with Lucifer and the various different masks, it doesn't really exclusively fall into either category for me. What do I mean by that? a lot of occult left-hand path, dark paths, I don't really connect fully, because some of them can be to the extreme too. And I have found I haven't fully connected that way that you see written about a lot in books, this and that. And which to me is a good thing, because it's confirming within myself that I have my own unique set of experiences. Nor do I connect at all on any level to how the spooky, scared people who have these very horrible stereotypes about Lucifer, I don't connect with at all on that level either. And I found that unique. So I'm neither on the spectrum of either side. I've connected more so with Lucifer, and this is going to sound a little, maybe a little bit odd. That deity, that supreme deity, quote unquote, concept that was so forced on us in religion through foolishness, and then finding out afterwards and being disappointed it's not what you thought it was. I get that vibe and energy the way I've connected with Lucifer. And my relationship is one of, it's intense and it's strong, and it reveals a lot of things are revealed to me. But I have a strong connection to the wise, mystic, elder, teacher aspect of Lucifer that takes no bullshit. And it just tells it like it is. Doesn't cut no corners, no chasers. And it's hard to put exactly into words and describe it. But it doesn't fall in the spectrum or category, in my opinion, of the standard that's out there about a lot of the shit you read in books. Right? And I could say the same, for an example, for Santa Muerte. I don't have a lot of those stereotype description of relationships that people describe with her. So that falls into the same category and spectrum of things. But ascending to the throne of Lucifer represents self-mastery, is the best way I can describe it. Because Lucifer will really help you uncover the hidden gnosis of yourself. It will bring out, you know, the greatness in you and the divine in you that you didn't even know existed. And the beautiful thing about working with Lucifer energy, it destroys all your, if you really tap in the correct way, it destroys all the weaknesses you have that you've been avoiding, that you have not been facing, and some could be unknown. And that's Lucifer's goal, right? That's the purpose of Lucifer. In my opinion, in working with Lucifer, that is the reason why you want to connect, to master yourself. And really the concept in the saying, know thyself and thou shalt know the gods, I've achieved that on a level working with the aspects of Lucifer more than anything that I've worked with in my entire quote-unquote spiritual journey. Yes, in the previous systems going way back, we're always spooked to what it is, because there's always a one-sided, incorrect interpretation of this. Okay? And I have found the more you do your own research, the more you explore for yourself and experience, your whole perception and reality of what things are completely changed. And again, as things developed over the years, I'm blown away when I think now, when I look back and reflect of how I've connected with Lucifer, right? It's, man, you talk about, and I want to just use simplistic terms, you talk about a guardian angel protector spirit. When you connect, man, I can't even put it in words, right? But it's inspired me and made me move in so many different directions and accomplish things that I could not have accomplished before when I was in systems of servitude. Okay, so the ascension to the throne of Lucifer, first and foremost, is about self-mastery. Okay? And this should be your goal while you choose any spiritual path. Okay? Who doesn't want to master themselves and be the best that they can be? I mean, that's like a dumbass question. Like, who's going to say no and answer that question? No, that's not what I want to achieve. Well, maybe if you are an indoctrinated, programmed slave, yeah. If you want to stay in a system of serving and servitude and following and being told what to do, all aspects of being very weak, then that's your choice too. Look, anybody can do whatever the fuck it is they want. But there's some of us out here who we don't want to be in that situation any longer, okay? We're not trying to be constantly servitude. As I've said many times before, when you're constantly in a system of servitude, there's two states of being a student. And waiting to be told what to do, a student in the mind frame who is a follower, that's not what we want to be. Because as I said before, at what point does the student let go of the teacher's hand and they become the teacher or the master themselves? It's something that one has to ponder, especially based on where they're at in their journey. Now, as I've said many times before, we're always students in the sense, on this path from this perspective. We're always a student that we're always willing to learn. That's different. Not a student who's always willing to follow and waiting to be told what to do and doesn't do anything and hinges on every word of the so-called master. That's not really being a knowledge seeker or a true student. Okay? We must get that understanding in our head. So when you're working with the Lucifer energy, you have that student mindset in the form of, I want to learn, I want to grow. I don't want to grovel, bow, worship, and be inferior. No, because that's all signs of weakness and frailty. And it's signs of not embracing the divinity or the god or the goddess or that you're designed by nature to truly be. Okay? It's just, it's not in accordance to what we do. Okay? So that's the best way I could shape it up. Now, of course, if there's other people who work with the concept of ascending to the throne of Lucifer, I'm not saying my breakdown of it is the tell-all be-all, because it's not. Other people have their own experiences, and I'm sure those things are shared in different platforms and different books, etc. So I'm only sharing with you, like anybody else could, their own experience through their work. I'm sharing experiences through my work, not opinions. Be careful of that. If somebody has an opinion, it's like a scientist who does an experiment. There has to be a body of work to back up that experiment to have come to some type of conclusion, right? It's the same thing when somebody's talking about these topics. Where are you drawing those conclusions from? Outside of your opinion, what you read, what you heard, and what you think. At some point, you have to infuse into that the experience factor, right? What ritual work have you carried out that helped you draw some of those conclusions? Is there a consistent body of work, etc.? Now, these are some of the things in that seminar, Black Magic Essentials 101, that I want to get to the core of. Because this is going to also help you understand if you're doing things correctly, if you're tapping into the right work, etc. I'll elaborate more on that as I start to put this together over the next couple of days. Okay? Anyway, hopefully this short tutorial helped you. I just thought it would be a good time to do this a couple of days prior to the ritual that we're going to carry out in the next day or two or so. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you. And again, if you need to reach out to me, my contact email address is in the description box of the videos if you want to reach out to me for a reading or a consultation. That, along with the direct link to the Primordial Chaos podcast, the link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes, the social media pages, again, my email address, all that information is in the description box of this video that you're watching right now. All right, that's going to do it for me. We will talk soon. Infernal blessings.